It got very quiet in here very quickly. Good morning, happy Easter, Christ is risen. My name is Phyllis Ann Bodel. I will be your lay reader this morning. I use she and her pronouns. We are so pleased to have you all here with us for our Easter service on Sunday at Fairwood Community United Methodist Church. We have a wonderful set of activities and thoughtful celebrations today of our Easter, so we are glad to have you with us. I just have 3 things to share with you before we get started. Just a reminder, if you have not been with us in a while or if you are brand new with us, there is a blue folder in the seat pockets, probably in front of you. Inside, we have a worship response form. If we are not familiar with you or if you've not been with us for a while, Please let us know you were here. We would love to be able to put a name to your face the next time we see you. On the back side of that is an opportunity, if you have prayers that you would like our congregation to lift up on your behalf, feel free to put those on the back side of that form. We will collect those forms as we come through for our offering later in the day. That offering today, there will be a special offering. We are going to give today's offering to the Salvation Army Food Bank because they are in need, very much in need. The other two things I wanted to share, we will have fellowship in our multipurpose building after this service. So grown-ups, if you want to go and have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a little nosh, you can. For the young people, about 10:15, depending on how quickly we wrap up with our service, we're going to invite you out to the lawn that was being set up earlier for you to collect Easter eggs and go home loaded up with sugar. You're welcome, grown-ups. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was, other than for those of you online, welcome, happy Easter to you. We will be having communion today, so if you want to have your juice and bread elements ready at home, you will be invited to partake along with us. And with that, I am going to invite you to stand as you are comfortable, greet each other, wish each other a happy Easter. Thank you to Ray, Avery, and Austin for their trumpeting. This is a very talented family, and it was all in the family if you have not met them before. I'm going to invite you all to stand as you're comfortable in body or spirit and join me in our call to worship. In love, Christ became empty and obedient to death on a cross. But Christ is risen.
Christ is risen indeed.
Christ is raised from the dead by the love of God.
The crucified one is risen.
Christ has conquered by the cross.
All our hope is in him. Hallelujah.
The light shines in the darkness, and the
darkness did not,
will not,
cannot overcome it.
Alleluia.
Hallelujah.
I'll invite you to remain standing as you're comfortable. I'm going to invite the sign choir up as we sing our opening song, the Easter Song.
There we go. Hey, good morning. How are you today? Good. Yay. Can you help me wish all of our friends in TV land a happy Easter? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy Easter. Very nice. Thank you. Today is going to be a great day. There are Easter eggs. There are chocolate bunnies. There are Reese's peanut butter bunnies. There are Jell-O eggs. I'm just so excited. But you know what? The very first Easter that Mary had, way back when, that day might not have been as fun-filled for her. In fact, it might have been a little stressful, or maybe even a lot stressful, because she went to the tomb where Jesus was supposed to have been laid, and it was empty. And she kind of got a little stressed. And then there was a man there, and she did not even recognize that that man was Jesus until he called her name. And then she was familiar with that voice, and she knew, oh, that was Jesus. So I started thinking to myself, has there ever been a time where I didn't recognize somebody that I actually knew? And you know what? It hit me. Last week, this happened. So here's what happened. I was having dinner with my brother-in-law. He's a big baseball fan. And so I was trying to make conversation. I said, hey, who's that new Mariner that has really long hair? He needs a haircut. And he looked at me and he said, Donovan? I said, no. He said, and he listed off all these other names. I'm like, no. So I started going through my phone and my Facebook reels, and I found a picture of the person. And I said, this guy. And my brother-in-law about spit up his dinner. He said, that's Cal Raleigh in disguise. Well, apparently there's a commercial of the Mariners where Cal Raleigh is in disguise because he doesn't want the pitchers to recognize him, so they don't keep intentionally walking him, and he can hit more home runs. So, obviously, I don't know Mariners and the baseball as well as he does. Or as he puts it, I live under a rock, which I thought wasn't very nice. But, you know, my brother-in-law, he knows baseball. He watches the Mariners, he goes to the games, he researches stats on other teams. He knows baseball. So even if Cal Raleigh, who was, I guess, in the commercial, Hal Bale, was in disguise, he would have known because he knew his baseball stance. He knew the smack of the ball. He knew his voice. He knew his sense of humor. He had learned a lot about Cal. So then, you know what? It hit me. We need to put that much effort in really getting to know Jesus and God so we can be as familiar with him. And so when it comes time to recognize God and Jesus, it's going to be so easy. So when we see people being kind, or if people are helping or serving, or if we see beautiful things around us, we see rainbows or fuzzy bunnies, we will know that that is God right away. Now, besides, though, just the knowledge and the information, the other thing that is important is just being with God. Just being in his presence when you are saying your prayers at night, or when you are listening to the music here and you shut your eyes and just feel the music, or maybe if you're hugging your favorite pet that God created, just being is important. So, for example, my son, when he was born, he came out crying and screaming. And he was kind of hairy, too, and he looked like a little chihuahua, actually. But you know what? Once they cleaned him up, and they wrapped him all nice and cuddly, and they put him on my chest, he snuggled under my chin, and he became silent. He knew it was me by my voice. He knew my smell, and we had just been hanging out and being together for 9 months, and he knew me. And that feeling of being is a feeling that we can have being